you didn't know already, I'm making a game. I've been working on it for a while, and the gameplay is mostly finished, besides balancing and playtesting to get it into a state I'm happy with. So, after finishing most of the core systems and gameplay elements, I stepped back to look at the rest of my game, and I noticed that my game sucks. So, I deleted it. There were two things I felt that my game was missing at that point, which was level variety and sound. One of these I'm really bad at, so I chose the other one, which I'm supposedly not as bad at, which was level variety. When I started making this update, there was very little enemy variety and room variety. I think there was only about 10 rooms and 4 different enemies. Naturally, to fix this, I began to make more rooms. But when I began to do that, I noticed a major issue. And that issue was how challenging it was to make levels with the set of tools I had given myself. I only really had a basic tile set and these 4 enemies to work with. I could barely make 3 rooms before I started to realize that I probably should do something to make these rooms interesting besides just making more of them. I wonder what could make these rooms interesting. I lack critical thinking skills, so I'm gonna ask my friend Awesome GPT on how to do this. Awesome GPT told me, in order to recreate the Ark of the Covenant in video game form, I need to make 3 room hazards. The first of these 3 is the iconic buzzsaw. This is the first time this has ever been used in anything ever in the history of the world, and I will be suing myself for copying this idea because only I should be able to use it. Buzzsaws are really good at 2 things. And those things are being annoying, like me, and spinning. And I think the best way to make it do that is to make it spin. Oh yeah, and also kill things, I guess. Just start making the buzzsaw. I wanted to make a basic framework, and the rest of the hazards I add can use. Now that I have the template for all hazards completed, I need to make this stupid buzzball. The buzzsaw do a lot of damage to both players and enemies that came in contact with it. I think I initially made it instantly kill the player, but I forgot to do that, probably because I'm a mentally awesome girl failure. Now that I finished this buzzsaw, I didn't want it to end up in the iconic, classic, legendary, famous, world-renowned idea pile. Everyone knows that nothing gets used in the idea pile. So I made a batch of levels with the chud saw. And now that we have that complete, it's time to move on to my next addition, which I didn't copy from anything else, I swear. And that is track for other hazards to move along. When I was making this, I didn't realize that the engine I'm using, which is Godot, already had what I wanted to do implemented. So after doing what I do best and wasting 3 hours of my time only to realize that I didn't need to do anything, I finished the track and gave it its own batch of levels. I'm pretty proud of the beautiful slop I had just made, but in order to fully recreate the Ark of the Covenant, like when in Season 15, Episode 18 of Family Guy, Meg Griffin is confronted by a group of bullies, and as she opens the locker, it reveals the Ark of the Covenant is inside, and her face melts off because she can't handle the glory of God's love. There was one thing I had to do, which was adding on-off switches and on-off blocks Fortunately, this was extremely easy to implement, and it's compatible with future additions to the game as well. Now, everybody knows that the Ark of the Covenant isn't just a fancy box. It's a fancy box with stuff inside of it, or at least that's what AwesomeGPT said. So, in order to kill Meg from Family Guy, I'm going to create 3 jolly and whimsical creatures to put inside of this box. And when I do that, I can finally get revenge on Meg Griffin from Family Guy. So, I had to eliminate existing ideas. I'm gonna quickly go through all 5 of these creatures that already exist. The first of these creatures was the Tua. He fires a really big spitball, and his birthday is June 11th, 2024. He's not a reference to anything in particular, I swear, it's not. Next up, we got the Ball. He's seen too many sad Bart Simpson edits, and he tries to blow himself up when people take away his Google Pixel 8 Pro. Then we got Glupshido. He's not very smart. After all, he got lobotomized at the ripe age of 1. But he tries his best though, and that's all I need from him. And finally, we have the Goobling. He's a single-celled organism that doesn't have a thought in his mind besides how much he loves living. And those were all 5 creatures I already created. Yep, that's all of them. Come to think of it, they aren't really that joyful at all. Never mind that. And coincidentally, these creatures were getting rather lonely, and I need to finish making this dumb gold shoebox so I can take revenge on Meg from Family Guy. So I created 3 creatures that someone only as silly and demented as me could create. And these creatures were the Dolan Turret, who is not a reference to anything, and I'm pretty proud of how he turned out. And he told me to tell you guys that if you strap a piece of buttered toast to a cat's back. And then we have the Boxer Twins. They're from Boxton, and they love 2 things in life: Newports and robbing people. They don't really want to rob you though, because you're stinky and dumb and stupid, so they run away from you. If you do manage to kill them, you get their Newport money and a hefty load of XP. And there was no third one, I lied. Now I can finally assemble Ark of the Covenant in video game form to kill Meg from Family Guy, because shut up Meg. And if you want to see if you can handle the glory of God's love, go to my itch.io. It's linked in the description. And remember to unsubscribe and dislike. Bye!